So, that was different. Gulp. What do you guys think? Do you like it? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm very keen on knowing what you guys think about that. Anyways, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Zero from TechDragon.info with a brand spanking new intro. I've worked hard on it, let me know. I have no idea, I hope you guys like it. Anyways, let's get on with today's video. And I was going through my replays looking for something. We've had a couple of American, couple of British lately, so I was looking for something different. So I was looking for either French or German, and we're spotted already. Balls. How the hell are we spotted? Okay, it's something fast firing. LTTB? No, LTTB is over on that side. How the hell were we spotted? By what? Oop. Put a nice snapshot into the KV5's ass there. Not quite sure how we were spotted. Like, what could have spotted us? The only scout they have is the LTTB. That was weird. Might have been the Cromwell that was shooting us, actually. The low caliber gun, fast firing. Or that thing. Putting a nice shot into his face, taking off quite a bit of health. Gotta be careful here, the R2 piece of artillery. Can we finish one of these guys off? Oh, nice shot in. We're tracked. Oh, we just bounced. Oh, we just bounced. Oh, there's artillery. Come on. Retract. Oh. Shot dips down, hits the SU-152. That gets killed by somebody else just before we put our show in. Oh, there's three. Oh, nice snapshot. Just barely going into his ass and tracking him in place, making him use his repair kit. So far, pretty good start. A lot of snapshotting, but they went exactly where needed, I guess. So let's talk about the whole discussion of the Jpanther II or the 30. A lot of people are wondering this, and it's a difficult choice because they're not very different tanks, but they're quite different. It's not excessive amounts of different, but pretty much you have the choice between armor and mobility. Those are kind of your choices. Come on. Don't you just hate it when a tank stops just shy of you being able to put a shell in his face? Dang it, we get spotted there. Ooh, T-32, can't quite see him. Yak Target 88, thinking about moving up. I'm not sure if sitting still here is a very good idea. I mean, Artie can rain down a shell at any moment, because we definitely were spotted before. Is it just that Pershing holding them back? Oh, and I guess an AT-7 up on the hill. Oh, Yak Target 88 going forward. Apparently forgot that we're here. Oh, a little bit late there on the shell. Little bit late there. Should have known. I don't know. I guess he was focusing somewhere else. Definitely not looking at the Yak Tiger, because that should have been a shot into his side there. We had a perfect opportunity. A44 has gone around him. Now is the time to move up. Yep. Wags here has noticed that as well. Nope, he's not committing to the moving. Come on. Move up. It's time to move. Come on. Go in. They're distracted. Come on. You can do it. I don't know what he's doing. He's like pushing his W and like, no, maybe, no, maybe. Sorry, I've called it an A44. It's a T44, obviously. It's an A43 and a T44. Yeah. Kind of missing the opportunity there to move in here. We had ample opportunity to go in and wreck face, as we pretty much could have opened up the doors in the back of that tank and just delivered that shell in there. H3 up ahead. Artillery splashing down. Cromwell in the back of the base. Time to move up. So yeah, the choice between having a more armored tank or a more mobile tank. They pretty much, well, not pretty much, they get the same gun. The 30 did recently get an HP buff though, so I think the 30 is, with the armor and more HP, is now definitely the more durable out of the two. But I would still personally prefer this thing. Now, I don't have this thing yet, I'm still working on it. On the tank before it. Boom! Put in a nice shot. We get tracked. We still have our repair kit, no problem. even if he were to keep us tracked, yeah, we're still gonna be able to fire at his face, so all good. But this thing's armor is actually not bad, and it can bounce quite a bit as well. It is very well sloped. The upper structure there, superstructure, is pretty decently strong, and if you get this thing hold down, because it has some pretty decent depression, not sure if you can tell, well, you can see sort of how far it can go down. Like, it's not fantastic super duper, I don't have the numbers here exactly, but it's certainly an ample amount of depression. And if you put this thing hold down, so let me pause it real quick here. Like, if you put this thing hold down, like if you're pointing down, as you can see here, the sloping of the armor just gets more and more once you get down. Which means that, given that they can't see your lower plate, obviously, because that would be bad, that would get less and less sloped, you're looking at a very, very sloped armor, so the more you can use your depression, the harder it is to pen this thing, again, given that you don't have the lower plate to shoot at. Like, this kind of angle is very hard to pen, and you would have to have a very high caliber gun to overmatch it. So, yeah, this thing, even though it's not the most armored tank, it definitely has a nice amount of armor. Putting a good shot into the target P there. We do get spotted, trying to help out the Yak target 88. Sadly, not enough though. It is now down. Oh, people dying on both sides. I was just gonna call out the numbers. It is 5 against 3. There's the Ramatal Borsig. We have a target P and a KV4 there. Definitely very dangerous tank still. We have a little. Oh, KV4 spotted, and we murder his face. 87 trying to put in a shot as well behind us there. There he is. Just not in time. Artillery has died by now, so we don't have to worry about that. 87 putting in a shot on Tiger P here. Murdering his face. Come on, can we get the kill? Yes, we can. Finish him off as well. Löwe is alone, it seems, against the Ramatal Borsig. No idea what he is health-wise. This is gonna be game. This is gonna be game. Let's take a look at the stats. Now, the title of this thing is Learning to Play my Jpanther II, so he's still new at it, so gotta cut him some slack. I do think you could have done a bit more with that engagement, where the IS-3, Yak Target 88, what else was out there? There's another thing, I think an IS-3, I don't know. A couple of those were out there, and you were just sitting there waiting for them to move forward. You missed your opportunity on the side of the Yak Target 88. That was a little bit of a bad missed opportunity there. You had the flat side. It would have been a brilliant shot into the side of the upper structure there. Bit of a missed opportunity, and as soon as that T-44 went behind him, you should have moved in and supported him. If you see somebody going in behind a cluster of tanks, the first reaction on pretty much all of them is going to be turn around, face your opponent that's coming up behind you. That is absolutely the moment to move in, support that person that's flanking them, and help them out. Even if you are just putting in a shot into the turret, the side of a turret of one tank, that will make him have to pick between you and the T-44 at that point, or whoever's flanking, and you're going to be dividing up the shells. They're going to either be looking at you or at him, but they can't be looking at both. So you're dividing the attention of the group, and that can be just as important. Even if you just bounce off their armor, if you're a big enough threat, they will have to focus, towards you. So that was definitely a missed opportunity. You could have gone in there and gotten some more damage out of it, but this is one of those games where it's like, casual stroll, nothing too spectacular. Did get a high caliber though. 3,600 damage. Yeah, that's how quickly it rakes up with this gun. You're doing, I don't know exactly, but I think it's 400 alpha damage, or 380 or 390 or something like that on the gun. Might be 400, I'm not entirely sure, but it's a big old gun, so you don't have to shoot that often really to do massive amounts of damage. If we look at the team here, you can see that, yeah, we did quite a bit more than the next person. That T-44 had a pretty good game as well. T-44, not really the best tank in the game. Hated that thing. So we had a couple of people that did pretty well. Can't complain about that grouping there. Enemy team didn't do too bad either. Still up here with over 1,000 damage. So both teams were pretty good. Didn't come down to the wire at the end, but yeah, it was getting a little bit closer. 87 in this kind of matchmaking. Yeah, it can do okay, but it really isn't a good tank. Target 1 is always a dangerous tank in any game, pretty much. Lurba, yeah, I have no idea how much is health he had left. Anyways, fight 11, hit 9, pen 9. It's that simple. 3600 damage done, 800 from range. We blocked 500 damage, so we took 9 hits to the face. 2 of them penetrated, 7 did not. That's what I mean. This armor, even though it's definitely not as strong as the Ferdinand, but it is certainly good enough to bounce smaller caliber. And like I said, if you go hold down this thing, not so much hold down, well that too, but if you go over a ridgeline and you use your depression, and that way slant your armor back even more, that will really increase the effective armor. You know what, let's hop over to tanks.gg and take a quick look at the armor model. By the way, before we get to the model, the depression is 6 degrees, so while definitely not being the best, it's still pretty decent for such a build, like a rear mounted as it were kind of gun. 6 degrees is actually pretty good, so can't complain about that. But looking at the armor, it's 180 millimeter if you're, well, 150, 160 if you're frontally at it. Superstructure here, 244. This is pretty tough here, as you can see. So when we start moving this back and using your full depression, let's take a look. Okay, so right now we could potentially shoot our hatch. This is already close to 200 millimeters, and the upper structure is over 300. Wow, there's spots where it's 1,000. Right there, what the hell? That's an auto ricochet zone. But as you can see here, like 200, even though when you're frontally facing this thing, it's only 150. And even 150 frontal armor is not bad at all. Now, if you angle it a bit, doesn't do too much for this. You have to angle it quite steeply if you want to get it up at all, but that exposes your side, which isn't all that well armored, as you can see. Sides are pretty weak on this thing, so you really don't want to angle this thing too far. Like, this is still ricochet. That's 100% chance to pin. Yeah, you have to pretty much angle it like this, and that gives you 150 millimeters all around, where otherwise it would be 140, 130-esque. So you can get that to 150 if you do that, and you angle, and you put your gun to the side as far as you can. Like, you can still shoot it like that. It gives you 180 and 300 plus. So that's what I mean. Let's take a quick look at the 30. Ferdinand gets 8 degrees of gun depression, so it gets quite a bit more. And yeah, 30, like I said, is way more armored with 230, 270, 200 on the lesser armored parts. And if you use the full depression on this gun, which, like I said, is a bit more like that, you can still shoot, given that your lower plate is hidden, of course. You're looking at 230 millimeters and up. Yeah. So, yeah. 222, so you have to get over 200 pen, but you still have these spots, which even at this angle are massive weak spots. So, where the Jpanther II has lesser armor overall, it doesn't have these glaring weak spots that this thing does. And if you're above this tank, oh joy. Like, shooting down this thing is, you pretty much can't miss. Okay, not quite, but it's pretty bad. Anywho, so that was that. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of the new intro. I'm very curious to hear what you guys think. Spent a lot of time in trying to find the right combination of visual and audio, and hopefully you guys like it. Let me know. Don't be too harsh, please. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.